Hello, welcome to this lesson where we are looking at composite functions. These lessons are provided to help people that are writing their GCE exams so that they write their exams without complications, especially those people that do not have time to go to class, those people that don't have resources to go to class. This channel would help them pass the exam without necessarily attending a physical class. All right? So welcome once again to these lessons. So today we are looking at composite functions. These questions do come in paper 1 where you are required to solve them without the use of a calculator. So make sure that even as we go through, you do not use a calculator. All right? So what is a composite? Composite. Okay? The composite. What is a composite function? It's a combination. It's a combination of two or more functions. It's a combination. Okay, it's like we are merging functions. We are merging functions. All right? We are merging functions. All right. So, when we have two functions brought together, that is a composite. That is a composite function. Okay? That is a composite function there. And we are saying when these two functions, you've got function f and e, when they are merged together, okay, when they are merged together, this is the same as, you've got, okay, or you will be able to see exactly what we mean here. Okay, let me give you an example of just an example. If we have f is equals to 2x minus 3, when we say f3 here, what we are saying is that this position of x here has been taken by 3. So it will mean also here, this side where there was x, we are supposed to put what? 3. So here we're going to say 2, then we put what? 3 minus 3. Are you getting that point? So now, for the composite functions, what will happen is that if you have got two functions, just an example, g is equals to is equals to 4x plus 1, then f is equals to 3 minus maybe 2, okay? Minus 2 here. So, what are we talking about? What we are going to do is that if you are given a function, for instance, gf or fg, now it will mean that in the function f, this position in f where there is x, what have we put? We have brought gx. We have brought what? Gx. So it will mean, please follow me. Or maybe let me do this. In the function of fx, we have this. Then what we have done, we are saying now, so where there is x, what have we put? We have brought in another function. So what we are going to do is that we say 3. Then where there is this x, what are we going to put? We'll bring in that function which is the whole function of g. What are we going to put here? It will be 4x plus 1. We close. It has only taken the position of x, then minus 2. This is how we are merging them. Okay? We can go on and simplify, but my interest was how this other function takes to be swallowed into another. Where there was x here, we put fg. So, I mean, gx. So, even the other side, that is what we are going to do. Then you can simplify this. You are going to have 12x plus 3 minus 2, 12x plus 1. This is what is going to end up being our answer there. But then, let's come to our examples. I think that is what is important. I was trying just to... Composite function is the combination of two or more functions. So in this case, let's look at the first question. F of x is equals to 2x plus 1. This is the f of x. That's the function that we are dealing with. Now, the question wants us to find f squared, which is the same as ff. Okay? So it will mean that now, in this function, we need to bring in another function, which is f, the same f. Okay? The same f. That is what it means. So f(x), it will mean that we are going to write 2. Then while there is x here, we put the same function f, which is what? 2x plus 1, close. While there's just x, then plus. Alright? Then now we go on to simplify this as what? We go on to simplify this as 4x plus, we are distributing 2 plus 1. What do we get? 4x plus 3. So this is what is going to be our answer for this part. And for the first question, which is this one. Alright? And for the first question, which is this one. Make sure we pay attention there. Make sure we do pay attention. I need enough space, so I'll just leave this. Okay? So now, the second one. Okay, the second one, B, is here. So now we are dealing with two different f into g. F into g. G is this one here. It means where there is x, we are going to put another function, which is what? F. Where there is x here. Please follow me. So f, g, f, x. So g is 3x. Now where there is x, what am I going to put? I'll put 2x plus 1. Close. Okay? After I've closed, what do I have? Minus 5. Then over 2. Alright? So now I need to get to simplify this part here. So the question of simplifying this is going to be 6x plus 3 minus 5 over 2. When you simplify this one, what do you get? You get 6x minus 2 over 2. Okay? So if you want, you can simplify here. It's as good as, maybe it is easier to say we factorize 2. You're going to have over 2. You factorize 2 here. On the denominator part, you factorize 2. Then this 2 and that goes. So the final answer is going to be 3x minus 1. This is what is going to be the final answer for that question, which is the second one, and it's B. Alright? I hope we are following. I hope we are following. These are composite functions. Composite functions. 2 or more. It may know they can be more than that. You can have 3, FF like this. Okay? So that's why that is what we mean by saying 2. It can't be always just 2. It can be 2 or more. So we come to this one now, which is the opposite. Which is the opposite of what? The opposite of the first one. So now it is G that is going into F. Now it is G that is going into F. Take note that our F is equals to 2x plus 1. So G now is coming into F. So meaning we have 2. While there is x here, we're going to put what? G. Where there is x, what are we going to put? We are putting G. And G is what? 3x plus or minus 5 over 2. Are we together? It is only this part here. Then take note that there is a plus 1. Alright? There is a plus 1 there. I hope you are following me. The only thing that we've done here is that where there's x, what have we put? Function g, which is the whole lot of this 3x minus. So now it is the question of us simplifying this. Now, how do we simplify? You know that this function has a denominator 2, and then here we've got a denominator 2. So this 2 and this 2, they will do simplify, and they will give us, because it's like we're going to have 2 over this 2 here, which will give us 1. So we can get rid of these 2's, okay? So that we continue to have 3x minus 5 plus 1. I hope you understand the simplification of these ones here, okay? This is the denominator, and then here it's like also this is it. So when you simplify this, we've got 2 over 2, which will give us 1. Then this is going to give us 3x minus 4. I hope you understand integers. So that is what we're going to get there. That is what you're going to get there. So now, let this lead us to the fourth question. Remember that here we have fg. Now, fgx, gx into f. Alright? Now, on this question, what do we have? We have fg4. So meaning in this fg4, where there is x here, like what we got, because this was our fgx. This was the answer. But then we need to proceed again from this one. Where there is x, what have we put? Now we have 4. So meaning we need to proceed, even this side we have 4 here, minus 4. This gives us 12 minus 4. So what are we getting? We are going to get 8. So this gives us what? 8. Are we together? This gives us 8. So we need to consider the other question here. We need to consider the other question, which is question E. Yes, we need to consider question E now. Consider question E. So question E, if you remember, it is this part which we had already worked out. Then after we have done that, then we find the inverse. We need to find this, okay? After we have found this, then we find its inverse. In the previous lesson, I was dealing with the inverse, so I hope you do not have a problem. So, f, you know that this is 2x plus 1 plus 1. So this is 4x plus 2 plus 1, 4x plus 3. 4x plus 3 gives us what? ff. Okay? Are we there? Then now we need to find the inverse of this one. What is the inverse of this one? You remember we're saying this part must be, then we solve for x. So which will be y minus 3 is equals to 4x. X is equals to what? Y minus 3 divided by 4. Okay? Then the final answer, which is z. How is it? It's going to be x minus 3 over 4. This is what is going to be our answer. So I do request that you go to the other lesson. This is the second lesson. Now we'll go to the first lesson, which talks about inverse. Alright? So that you get the emphasis on inverse. And there is a full lesson there. Alright? So this is what you're supposed to get on this part. So I do request that we go to this other question. So here, what are we supposed to do? You need first to find the inverse. Okay? You find the inverse. We find the inverse of what? The inverse of G. We find the inverse of G. What is the inverse of G here? I think I said I'll try to be the inverse of G. We can look at the lesson on inverse. We can look at the lesson on inverse. So that we do not have we do not have issues. So I've replaced this part with y, then we are solving for x, so we're going to have 2y is equals to 3x minus 5. So we are solving for x, take note. So 2y plus 5 is equals to 3x. So we divide both sides by x. X is equals to x is equals to 2y plus 5 over 3. Okay? So the inverse of g inverse, my markers are running out. G inverse is going to give us 2x plus 5 over 3. This is our G inverse. Okay? This is our G inverse here. This part. This is our G inverse. Okay? So now, we need to proceed and work out this part as in this G inverse, let me put it that way. In G inverse, we can either, okay, let's bring in this function in G inverse. Where there is the x, we put the function of what? F. Alright? Then I'm going to bring in 3 later on. So here in this function, I'm going to say, okay, I want to find this first. So in the function here, in the inverse of G, I want to bring in, okay, so then we simplify. This is going to give us 4x plus 2 plus 5 over 3. So we have 4x plus 7 over 3. So this has given us this function. This has given us this function. Now, we want to bring in the 3, which is negative 3, I mean. So what we're going to do, since this part now has to be replaced with the negative 3. So I'm going to put negative 3 here. So it is going to be 4 negative 3 plus 7 over 3. I'm going to have negative 12 plus 7 over 3. This is going to give me negative 5 over 3. Or finally, if I want, I can have negative 1 and then 2 over 3. This is what is going to be my answer here. Okay? This is what is going to be my answer here. Okay. So, I hope we are following. Okay? So, we have the last question here that we need to look at. I hope my markers will be... So, what about this one? This one. F has to come into G. F has to come into G. F has to come into G. So where there is X here, we put F. Also here where there is X, we put this whole expression. So what am I saying? Before we bring in 2, let's find what? G, F. Let's find this one. So what are we saying? In G, G is what? 3x. So here, where there is x, what are we going to put? 3x minus x. Then plus 1. Over, again here we have x plus 2. So this has to be what? 3x minus x. We have 3x minus x plus 2. So we simplify, this is going to be 9x minus 9 plus 1. Then this is going to be 3x minus 1. You simplify this, minus, this is 3. So this gives us minus 1. Then we go on, what do we get there on top? We're going to have 9x minus 8 over 3x minus 1. Then it is at this point now that we are going to replace x with the 2. Okay? So where there is 2, where there is x, we put 2 now. So this is going to be what? In this one. Take note of that. After we have found this one, which is this, now we need to replace. Where there is x, we put what? 2. So what is it going to be? This is going to be 9 multiplied by 2. What am I going to have? I'm going to have 18 minus 8 over 3 multiplied by 2. We are replacing now. This is going to be 6 minus 1. Are we there? 6 minus 1. 18, when we subtract here, what are we getting? We are getting 10. Here we are getting 5. So what do we get? We get 2. So this is going to give us 2. This is going to give us 2. This is going to give us 2. Are we together? This is going to give us 2 here. Alright. So the most important thing is to make sure that you do not make minor mistakes as you go through the process. So let's look at the last one. The last one is we need to find the value of x. If this function here, where, or maybe we can put x here, it's one and the same thing, which is this one here. If this function, which is this one, remember this is what we got. If this is equated to 20, alright? My markers are running out, so I'm trying to, please, I apologize for the mixture of colors, alright? So, if this whole thing is equated to 20, what is the value of, x? That is what we are dealing with. So we solve this as an equation. These equations are even there in grade 9 or so. So if the question of us, we need just to cross multiply. We solve this and that. So we're going to have maybe 9x minus 8 is equals to what? 20. 3x minus 1. Then we go through the process now. 9x minus is equals to what? 60x minus 20. So what do we have here? If I want, okay, minus 60 minus 60x is equals to minus 20 plus 80. Okay, so what are we going to get here? What are we going to get here? Minus 51x is equals to minus 12. X is equals to minus 12 over minus 51. Then this is going to give us, when you simplify these ones here, what do you get? 12 over 51. Now, do we have a common number? Can 3 go into 3 here? 3, let's try 3. 3 into it will be 4. 3 into 5, it's 1. Remainder. Okay. So this is what is going to be our answer. This is what is going to be our final answer. We are going to be brought down to this one. Okay. So basically, these are the questions that we are expected to work with in the exam. So if you can be patient with me, let me give you some questions that come in paper 1. If you can try to, I give you a collection. All right. It's a combination. I just want to collect all the question paper, all the questions. So try to work these questions out. Okay. I hope you'll be able to see them. I hope you'll be able to see them. That is the x, 2x minus 2x plus 3 there. That is 2x plus 3. The first one is inverse x, the other one is inverse 11. Okay, that is that question. Let me give you the other one. The other one is also this one here. Okay, let's do this question. It's also this one. I'm bringing the other one also. They have the other part which I already looked at. The other part which we already looked at in the other lesson. The inverse part. The inverse part okay, I think we looked at this question, eh? This one we looked at it. It was our first question. Example, if I'm not mistaken. Please, let's do these questions. Let's do these questions. I'm giving you as many as possible. They're all from the past papers, as you can see. Okay. All from the past papers, as you can see. The last one is 2018. Okay. So, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and support the movement. All right. Thank you.